Hello everybody, today I'm going to do a quick event recap for Something and Specture at their recent event, which was RSL February in Hastings, Minnesota. I'll give a quick little disclaimer. I noticed while editing this video I just have a very poor amount of media. I didn't really document things during the build process and at the event very well. I'm going to try to implement some systems to kind of force myself to document things going forward, so hopefully that'll improve things in the future. First, I want to talk about my 1-pounder Spectre. I made a lot of changes going into this event and I was very excited to see how they would play out, so without further ado, let's just see how the fights went.
Go! 2 horizontal spinners. It's going to be a lot of power in these first hits. Oh, glancing blows. Oh, that's a tap out.
Ooh.
Sorry about the weird count in on that one.
And a box rush for a big hit.
Yeah, you're right. This is an important match for both of them. Belladonna coming out of blue, Spectre out of red.
Spectre's weapon down.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel my leg.
Weapon belt.
It's broken!
So unfortunately, Spectre ended up having a very rough outing. I spent a lot of time pre-event implementing changes that I hoped would improve the reliability of the weapon, and it really just seems that all of that work was for naught, and if anything it created more issues with the bot. I've been in a very never-ending cycle of fixing issues, and then more issues come up with this bot for a little while now, and I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm just sick of it, and I think I'm going to take a break from this bot. I do plan on building a mid-cutter with the Spectre name in the future, but it's likely going to be very different from what exists today. I wish I had more to say about Spectre, but sadly it was really just one of those events. The weapon went down very quickly in every single fight, and I really just don't have much to say about it. However, my other bot, Something, had a really spectacular performance that I'm very excited to talk about, so let's dive into that. So, Something V6 is the product of one of my infamous speed builds. About 3 weeks before the event, I decided I really wanted to compete with a beetle, and so I threw together Something V6. Something V6 is very drastically different than the versions of the past. I ditched the white and pink color scheme and went with a white and blue. I removed the weapon belt and decided to try out a repeat hub motor for the weapon system. I made some upgrades to the drive, including some serious changes to the pulley system. I upgraded to a 4S battery, and I made the bot a little bit wider versus how long it is to try and get a bit more drivability out of the bot. Well, that's enough about the changes to the bot for now. Let's jump into our first fight versus Dual Pole.
You can hear both these bots spin up. They miss each other in the center. Neither of them want to take a bad hit. Locking horns, but not colliding. Oh, some sparks there, though.
They're definitely doing some dancing.
All right, they lock horns. Ooh, looks like, oh! Embedded. Dual Pole is currently stuck on top of Something.
Just landing just right.
All right, the judge heading them back to corners. 1:35 left on the clock. All right, we will resume in 3, 2, 1, go. I didn't know that one had it as well. Okay. All right, they lock horns. Ooh, some more good hits. There. Sends Dual Pole into the sky. Dual Pole recovers and tries to corral Something into the corner. Both these bots bouncing off of each other. Dual Pole ripping up our floor.
Oh, good connection there.
Something gets a good hit, sends Dual Pole back into its corner. Dual Pole up against the wall, manages to get out. And that's a tap out from Dual Pole. Dual Pole with the tap out. Something will get the victory.
Yeah, it looks like he might.
I really could not be happier with Something's first fight. It was very maneuverable, it was hitting hard, and it came out of the fight with very little damage. Something's second fight of the day was against Cyclops the Sawblade, a hammer saw. This fight was relatively uneventful after the first 10-20 seconds or so after the hammer saw flies off of Cyclops. The dustpan on the front of Cyclops was very effective at high centering something, and I struggled to maneuver around it because the second I would touch it, I was high centered. Something has far too little ground clearance right now, and that's something that's going to have to change in the future. Something does end up winning the judge's decision on this based off of damage, as well as the fact that a lot of the control points for Cyclops were revoked because it couldn't unstick itself. But either way, I would have liked to see a little bit better of a fight for the second showing for something. It's also very worth mentioning that the ground game on something is not the greatest. The TPU forks or outriggers that I'm running for this event were more so to prevent the bot from flipping over than they were for getting under things, so in the future I'll have to have more proper ground game configs for something. Something's third fight of the day was against Ataxia, a mid-cutter. I was very interested to see how this one would go because Something doesn't have any sort of configuration for mid-cutters like a wedge or maybe some TPU flaps.
Tentative with the exchange. Getting some good hits in. Seeing some sparks fly. Both looking for those juicy side hits. Oh, good hit from Something there. Oh, nice hit there, and we're definitely seeing some damage on Ataxia. And it's it looks like its weapon is down. And hit after hit is coming from Something. We got metal bits and pieces flying.
I was really surprised to see how well Something did versus Ataxia, and I was even more surprised to see how much damage it was able to dish out. With that win, Something was now 3-0, and that means that it goes on to the bracket, and it was somehow the #1 seed. Going into the bracket, it has next to no damage throughout the day, so it's pretty possible for it to make a run in this tournament. Something's first match in the bracket was against Shin Splitter, another vert. This was an interesting one because I knew it could turn into a tough driving match if the match got going, as it can be a very quick bot.
Go! All right, both bots spin up and charge across the arena.
So fast.
Oh. Oh, big hit there. Both bots survive and continue on.
Oh!
There goes some
Got a
wheels.
wheel.
They're still fighting, though. The weapons are still active. Something giving some chase. Gets the wheel guard on the other side. Ripping up the blue corner. Ooh, dodges out of the way of that hit. How long can it keep dodging? It needs to get a good hit in.
Oh, there goes another wheel.
And the weapon belt. See if it can spark some life, but I think that one's down.
One minute remains. Oh, don't hit that motor.
Yeah.
All right, the other
Oh,
driver
the
did say they could
guts.
hit it, but
The guts are just spilling out.
yeah, I think that one is dead. Tried to knock it over. Oh, there it goes. And no signs of life. And that is a knockout.
So, Something with a rather decisive win in that one. However, at this point in the day, I was really starting to notice some drive issues that I was having with the bot. For whatever reason, whenever I would ramp the drive from 0 to 100 going straight, it would pull off really hard to the right side of the bot, and I didn't figure out why up until now. I did a little bit of playing with my transmitter, and it ended up just being a simple transmitter issue. Really weird, but I'm happy that I got that figured out for my next fight, which was Grim.
I got a thumbs up, so this match will start in 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, big hit. Both bots sent into the walls. Some wheels on the floor. Both bots still appear to be functional.
Oh, my.
Something dangerous even when inverted. Oh, there goes another chunk of
There's
something.
a belt down.
Grim
At this point of the fight, something was absolutely done for. Not having a proper wedge configuration for a bot like Grim is a death sentence, and it punished something. The drive was completely dead on both sides, 3 wheels were completely torn apart, and there was a lot of rebuilding to do for the third place fight. After some intense bit of repairing, something was ready for its third place fight, which was going to be a rematch against Dual Pole.
2, 1, go! Both bots spin up. Give each other a gentleman's spin up, and then they charge to the middle. Oh, big hit sends both bots flying. Both bots got inverted in their last exchange. Dual Pole recovers faster. Comes in fast on something. Something gets hit hard. Something might be, I see some belts and some pieces. That might have been a KO punch from Dual Pole.
Well, it looks like Aiden and Dual Pole got their revenge in our rematch. Congratulations to Aiden on third place and a spectacular job throughout the day. Dual Pole was a blast to watch in every fight that I caught of it. Congratulations to everybody else who podiumed, and thank you so much to Casey and everybody at RSL for putting on another amazing event. Really quickly before ending the video off, I just want to go over a little bit of damage. The frame and body of something held up really well. I was quite worried to see how the printed uprights and everything would take hits, but it seemed to do surprisingly well. The hub motor I was also very happy with. The one hub motor made it through the entire event. It did finally get killed in the last fight versus Dual Pole, suffering some cracked magnets, but overall I'm quite happy to see that it lasted me 6 fights. Well, that's all that I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and tune in for my next events. The next one that I'll be competing at is going to be in about a month or so, and I plan on bringing something as well as some sort of new ant weight, so stay tuned for that. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Take care.